to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the bronzy eyeshadow look that I did in my Q&A video not too long ago. I had some of you request that I do a tutorial on that, so that's what we're going to do today. The palette that we're using is by Colourpop, the California Love palette. It's a very nice affordable palette. Mine looks kind of rough because it is much loved, but here's what it looks like. Very pretty. It's perfect for the bronzy look we're going to do today. It has all of your tones you need for that, or any kind of a warm smoky eye. It has bronzes, browns, oranges, and then those nice tan shades to use as transitions too. So it's perfect for the type of look we're doing today, and that's what I use it for. So these type of looks you can wear with many different outfits. You could do more natural looks, you could amp it up and do a really smoky eye with the palette. So this is one of my favorite palettes that I have by them by far. The first step to any good eye look, in my opinion, is going to be to prime. I'm using the Anastasia eye primer. You can use any primer you prefer. Another one I really like is the Too Faced Shadow Assurance, or you could just use concealer, whatever you prefer. This one in particular is a more type of a watery formula, so just be careful if you do have it when you're squirting it out, because you'll get quite a bit. I like to put it on my fingertips and then just kind of warm it up between the two to make it not as liquidy before I start applying it. Sometimes I also will just put it on a brush to apply it, but today I'm going to use my fingers since we are still in quarantine, unfortunately, and I don't have long nails right now, so fingers work a little better without the long nails. What I use is the second shade in the palette. It's the lightest shade called Gnarly here. And I've taken just a large fluffy blending brush. The one I'm using is Morphe Jaclyn Hill, the JH30. You can use any similar brush shape you have. And we're just going to take that above our crease and slightly into the crease as our first transition shade. Windshield wiper motions. Up to your liking. I kind of like it like that, so it's a light wash of color. And then for our next shade, which is going to go into the crease, we're going to use the Bay. The very last shade in the palette. And it's just kind of a warmer mid-tone brown, I would say. One right below where we put that shade. So we put that shade here, kind of in the crease and almost to the brow bone, but not all the way. I like to leave a little space there. I don't like my shade to go all the way to the brow bone. So however you want to do it though, this is just how I prefer. I do have a hooded eye, so I try to make that shade more visible, because this shade is going to be more visible on me myself with my eye shape when my eyes are closed, or like when I blink, because as you see when I have them open, that space here you don't really see. So if you have hooded eyes, that's just a tip I like to do, is to bring that first shade a little higher up. And then for this shade, we're putting it right in that crease where mine has that fold. And I'm sorry, for this brush it's the JH32. So it's also a larger blending brush, just a smaller version of the first one we used pretty much. some windshield wiper motions here. Alright, and then for our lid shade, we are going to take the shade Diego in the top corner here. And for that, I am using a Vasanti Eyeshadow 2. It's a flat shader brush, so any flat brush like this is something I prefer when working with metallic shades. Just easier to pack it on. And what I like to do is go in and get some on the brush, and you'll see it's a little crumbly there, so I'll tap it off, especially because I already have my foundation on. A lot of times I will do my eyeshadow first, but and just go in with any setting spray. I'm using the Morphe Jeffree Star, but you can use any setting spray, water bottle, anything you have like that, just to slightly wet it. So I'll just give it a little bit of a spray like that before we pack it on, and that just helps minimize your fallout. And then we're just going to pack it on the lid here. Actually, let me get a mirror for this. I like to have a smaller mirror just so I can get up close. So try to do that without you guys not being able to see. Just pack it on here. And wetting the brush that way also helps make the shadow be more vibrant. And you don't have to take it all the way across your lid because we are going to put a deeper shade on the outer corner, so I'm going almost all the way over. I would say about 2/3 of the way, but leaving my outer corner blank. And then with me, since I do have the hooded eyes, I kind of tuck the tip of this brush into the crease there just to give it more of kind of a shape, and it packs it in to the very tip of that crease. As you can see, it's just something I like to do with my eye shape. And then we're going to go in with the shade below that called Highway 1. This warm brown tone here. It has very little kind of a gold sparkle to it. It doesn't really translate like that on the lid though. And then for this, I use this small flat elf brush. I think it's called an eyeshadow brush. And again, I'll use a smaller mirror just so I could see up close. And we're just gonna get some of that on the side of the brush and pack that into our outer corner. And just press it in is what I like to do. Not going to take it in the crease or anything. We're just pressing it here on the outer corner, avoiding the crease area. We have that laid down. I'm going to go in with the JH33. It's a blending brush, but it's not as tapered as the others. And just blend that shade slightly into the crease, but not too much. Just go over that top edge. Circular motions is the best way to do this, just to kind of make sure it's blended good. Last step for the top part of our lid, we're going to go in with the deepest shade in the palette here called Mission. Just taking a flat eyeliner brush for this. This one's by Alamar Cosmetics. push this on the bottom, right below where we put that brown in our outer corner, just to further deepen that a little bit. For the lower lash line, we're going to do kind of the same steps but backwards. So I'm going to go in with that same deep shade we just used, the same eyeliner brush, and tap this just on the very outer portion. And with the second to last shade we used at the top, the warm brown Highway 1, in the same brush, but this time we're going to go into the shadow this way instead of on the side. So I'm going to go like this. Of course, tap off your excess, and we're going to take that right below the dark brown here, and just slightly, you don't want to go in and push too hard, just do it very slightly. As if you push too hard on this type of step, you risk getting it everywhere. Go in with a different brush this time. This one is a small blending brush, which I love. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's the JH40. And I'm going to go in with the Bay. And we're going to put that across the entire lower lash line, starting with the inner portion and then blending below those darker shades on the outer portion. To meet up with your transition shade here, so it all meets together there. And then what I like to do is just take a clean blending brush and go over everything on the bottom, and for this I'm going to use the Luxie 231. And no product on it. I'm just going to use it to kind of blend everything out a little more. Make sure there's no harsh lines, everything's nice and blended. Now we'll take it across the top too. I'm going to apply a little mascara, and since we're going to do lashes, I'm not going to overdo the mascara, just a little bit. I'm using the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, one of my favorites. I'm only putting this one on the top lashes. Bottom lashes, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Discovery waterproof version. I really love this mascara for the bottom because the wand is so small. Throw on some lashes, guys, and I'll be right back. For lashes, one of my favorites is Lauren Jordan Wood's collection. I love all of hers, specifically because they're not so crazy long and big with hooded eyes. If you wear lashes that are really long, they look crazy in my opinion, at least on me, because they'll end up here like at your eyebrows. So all of her lashes I really love, but the style we're using today is the Summer Air. and they're affordable, and Ulta always has them on some type of a sale, so I would definitely suggest them. They're very thin too. You don't feel them through the day. They're not heavy like a lot of them can be, and they go on super easy. So I'm gonna throw those on and I'll be right back. Alright guys, now that we have the lashes on, we're gonna go ahead and do our inner corner highlight. And for this, I've been loving something new I got recently in a subscription box. It's by Elizabeth Mott. It's their Smooth Shadow Creamy Eye Pencil in the shade Pearl. But it comes like this, kind of like an eyeliner, which you can use it for eyeliner too, but it has glitter particles in it, and I just love the shine it gives, so I use it for my inner corner highlight. So just take the pencil and put it wherever you like your inner corner highlight. I just kind of put it right on the tear duct here. That nice bright inner corner highlight, which I love. The last step is to do our eyeliner in our waterline, and for that I like using the new Kat Von D Trooper Black Cake Pencil. And I just find this lasts the longest on me. I have kind of watery eyes, especially when I put lashes on. I don't know if any of you do the same, but when I put lashes on, I think it's the glue, even though I'm using the latex-free glue, I still get like watery eyes and runny nose anytime I put lashes on. So this really lasts through the day, especially when I wear lashes and I do have more of a watery eye. Just put this on when I have lashes on, makes my eye water, so if you see my eyes turn kind of red, that's why. Here is the final look, and I hope you enjoyed it. Still pretty simple. I like to keep my stuff pretty simple, and I love incorporating just one palette so that you guys don't have to go out and buy all this stuff to try to get the same look if you want to use the exact same products. Of course, you don't have to use this palette. You could just use similar shades and stuff that you already have. Even if it is combining multiple palettes, that's fine. I do that all the time too. And you don't have to use the same brushes as me. Just try to find some maybe with similar shapes and it should work just as good. If you have any other videos you would like me to do, please let me know below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. That way you know when I post videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.